The Chief's just told me she's bought me a present. It's a dragonfly. That's the first. What have you got, darling? What have you bought Mummy? Ooh, clever girl. Hey, what are you going to do with that? And take it back out. So, to help me get my exercise and get the cats out as well walking with me, I have got the pram out. So I've got something to hold on to, and the cats can jump in as well, to have a rest too, or to hide from dogs so they get scared. So you can see Spirit's sat on the top, we can see everything. So I've got Spirit in the pram today, or walking alongside me, and Chief free running. She was actually heading back to the van, but just joining this office is a way that I can get it walking and teach Spirit to come with me. Chief can always follow and free run, so I'm not going to go on the main road and it stops her moaning. But also it's teaching Spirit to come with me, walk on the lead, have a rest in the pram when he's tired. And he can stand with his feet on the edge, and what I'll do is I'll get a board across here so he can actually sit up higher and watch everything later. Obviously he wanted to sort of join in with Chief at the moment. Good God, Chief! And she's chasing birds. So just getting him used to the harness and doing some harness training whilst I'm obviously getting my bit of exercise. Ideally we'll get to this point where we can actually start walking around the block with Spirit, well, and Chief ideally, but I'll try to separate them. Good girl. Come on, Spirit. Come on then, Spirit, come. Spirit, come. Come on. He'll tend to try to sit and lie down, but he's got to learn that when we're being pulled, he's got to walk. Come on then. What a good boy. What a good boy. Come on then. Good boy. Come on, Spirit. Come on then. Good boy. Good boy. You coming, Chief? Tangled. Come on, Spirit. Good boy. Chief, come in. She's unaware of the time she goes all the way across the back of these gardens, all through the roof, and there's a road that goes around all these. She's literally she's learning her whole neighbourhood and enjoying herself. But comes to call, she can hear me from the van all the way around the back of here. And if I call her, who's watch her on the tracker come in, I've managed to find a second-hand tracker from actually Tractive. It's coming from abroad, cheap for him. So when that gets here, he'll learn to wear a tracker as well. Yeah, and then I can obviously keep an eye on where he goes as he gets further and further. Come on, getting tangled, legs. Good girl, what are you doing? Beautiful morning. Like I say, I've got to get out and have my exercise, and I'm making sure that the cats have harness training and come with me when I'm walking. I know Chief will always walk on a harness with me. You're a good boy. Getting tangled. Up in then. Good boy, there you go, you'll get back in. Have a bit of a lift. You're getting up in. Up in then. Good boy, up in. You sit on there. Good lad. Alright. So you see he needs a bit of a board here so he can just sit and watch everything going on. And he can sit and watch and be lazy, which is always a good thing. You're going in. You're a good boy. What are you doing? You're watching. So we'll go back now and see if we can make some sort of board to go over the top. So we've got a bit of protection. We're going in and being safe. And obviously if both are walking with me, I can get them in and shut in out of the way if anything happens. Good boy. But also get a rest, because Chief's very good at wanting a rest. When we're out walking, she tends to sit on my shoulder, so this way I can obviously get used to going in together. Chief was grumbling and groaning yesterday and sort of cursing at him, so we'll say we'll get him trained up, which he hasn't had that training yet, and then I'll go from there. You're going down, good boy. And this time I've actually got the them clipped to the pram, so I can have hands free and just control the lead as and when I need to. Right, go on then, let's go. You chasing feathers? Hi baby, good boy. As you can see the plank of wood's on there. So help him sit on there and see where he's going. He's loving that. Also going to let him have a bit of a walk as well. This way, good boy. I'm certainly getting my exercise. I just had to go out in the pram again because Mischief started to explore a bit further, so going over main roads and exploring the neighbourhoods around there, which is fair enough. She's been around here, she stays around here very well, but obviously she'll go across the road and then she explore those gardens and everything else. So I checked her on the tracker, saw where she was. I thought, you know, of course, calling her, she couldn't really hear me that far away either. And I didn't really want to sort of running across the road coming back to me. So I thought, okay, we'll get Spirit in the pram, and he rode on a bit of wood all the way up round through. He was very, very good. He's just sat there watching all the neighbourhood, and I was like puffing away, and I got to the area where she should have been, so I was calling her. I knew I was in the right area, and I just walked up around the corner behind the garages, and there she was, and she actually had a bit of grass tied around her. She was very nervous, it sort of hackles up a bit, wouldn't let me catch her, so we basically followed her. She knew she had to go home at that point, so she crossed the road and the car stopped for her. Unfortunately, she sort of ran across, but it's like she's going to get herself killed. But you know, at least I've got the tracker on her. The only way around this is to walk with her, but of course she's so used to going through gardens now, trying to make her walk on the road. She'd rather be safe in the back garden, which is fair enough. So yeah, so we just a bit up the road. She was going through the back gardens, couldn't get through, jumped on the wall that I was sitting on watching her, so I grabbed her then, put her on a lead, and she was pulling alongside the lead and walking back with me, just grumbling, but you know, she was walking back on the lead fine. And then Spirit wanted to go down and have a little walk, so as he got down I put her up on top and made her sit on the top and have a rest, which she's used to having a ride, but she's not used to the pram and this bit of board or anything. But she eventually settled down and just jumped inside, had a little grumble and growl. She's obviously being upset by something. As soon as we got back to the van, I opened the door and she's in there, she's loving me and everything else like that. So, but she's very alert when she's out. She's, like I say, she's hiding from underneath car to underneath car and going around the back gardens. But because we are here for so long, she's starting to extend her diameter, her circumference of territory. Which is why I also need the tracker on her, and I'm grateful I got the tracker on her because I wouldn't know where she is. You know, no point sitting at home calling, I have no idea where she is. Usually just stays within this neighbourhood, but like I said, she's extending that. But actually I just got back there thinking, well, actually I cope with that quite well, because I was so focusing on sort of marching along, keeping him on there and looking for her. I actually managed to get there and back very well. So the present diet and exercise and changing my lifestyle is working very well. I'm not blogging it. It's all about health. It's all about, I knew I had to do this diet, I knew I had to lose this weight, my everything's just gone wrong, and you know, sort of my body's fighting me. So it's time to sort of reverse all that and get fit and healthy. And that's what I'm doing at the moment. So I'll only put little vlogs out like this of little bits with the cats and things and everything at the moment. So I'm just focusing and having some time off and away to work on myself and get my health back under control and on track. And I appreciate those that have sort of been reaching out and helping me, but it's just something I've got to do on my own. It's something that, like I said, knew had to be done this year, but I stupidly had a silly binge and nearly lost my life over it, with how my body reacted to it. But from that, I've obviously learnt quite a few things about different issues I've got, and you know, how my body reacts, and things I've got to monitor and adjust. So I bought all sorts of things. I've even got blood pressure monitor, I've got ketone sticks for urine, so I can go on this keto diet, and I'm actually on that so strictly, so you know, it's obviously going to be the best way for me. I knew I was gone dairy intolerant and I was reacting through that. I've got other issues as well, obviously the diabetes and things like that, scaring of that, and I probably have to go down that road as well. I probably have got that, and everything's leading to saying I've got that, but I really need to sort of start changing my lifestyle right now, my diet right now, to actually get everything under control and get some sort of monitoring going on and self-care, which I've totally just can't do, haven't been able to do, and get my head around things. And There's things that have been going on, like liver and all sorts of things that I've had to sort of supposed to be keeping an eye on, and I haven't. And other things as I'm getting older are sort of coming to the fore. And on top of that, I've got a real, I've got a mental health issue as well. I've got personality disorder as well, and with all these things, I've got to try and stay positive and live the way I need to live to cope. Because if like I say, my head goes the wrong way, it will just give up. And that was what was happening. I had got to the point where I'd have little swings and roundabouts, and then just lie down in bed and think, I'm in too much pain, or too much hard work, or I'm depressed at the moment, and that in turn, and binging, and that in turn then escalated things like diabetic issues and things like that. I think it's pretty safe to say I may be diabetic, but at the moment I'm treating it as a carb overload with all the binging and the carbs I've been living off. Because I've had these symptoms for a very long time, and obviously I've stayed alive, but when you're actually seeing when you actually monitor yourself and seeing the numbers, it's a bit scary. It literally is. I'm like playing with life and death. So I've had to really sort of give myself a big wake-up call this time. This is not a matter of I'll do it one day or I'll do half a job. This is full on. Let's get my life sorted. Let's get my health sorted. Let's get my diet sorted. Let's get my weight sorted. Let's find out what I'm intolerant to, what does work with me, what doesn't work with me, and I'll have such. And it's going to be I've had a good time. And I'm actually enjoying learning all these things and working out new diets with such a limited amount of foods I can eat, and that's been even more limited again. I did trial something like a keto diet before, but like I said, I couldn't afford to keep going on the steak and the veg and things like that. But I can adapt it a little bit, and now it's a matter I have no say in it. My weight is just out of control. My body is just ballooned. My blood's playing up, and I'm obviously going to have to sort of stop avoiding the doctors and go back and get back on track with everything, which I don't really want to do. I still don't want to do, but I'm also not stupid, and I know some things I can't do self-care on. But I'm going to give it a go. But like I said to my people who are watching me, I'm not stupid. If I've got to ring the ambulance, which I should have sort of been gone with the ambulance the other day, I will do so. But obviously I've also got to make sure the cats are okay and put things in place regarding that, so I don't have any help or people to come. So thank you to those who have reached out and will be supporting me and understand how probably more dangerous it is for me on my mental health side to actually follow the normal route, and with stress and things like that and worries and things like that, I just have to sort of get myself straight. So which is why I'm obviously working on me at the moment and walking with the cats and getting that sorted, and around here it's great. I couldn't really do it before. I need to do it. I am doing it. I'm enjoying doing it. Actually, that was a nice walk. I don't care what people think. Me walking around with a pink cat pram that's been hidden away for a while. But Spirit he's going to sit and be with me, so that's great. And he has to go and sort of have Mischief come as well. But if I can have Spirit trained so he can actually sort of walk with me and travel with the pram and not complain, and be lazy boy on top of that, and whilst he can look around the new areas, then that's really good. So we're working on that moment, and hopefully my body will hang on in there while I reverse all the bad stuff and get things back on track. So anyway, it's just a little bit of a blog. When I was out walking with them, I didn't actually show the escape mission. I mean, at the same time, she would have come back eventually, but I was just concerned. And also I'm starting to bring them inside about 4 o'clock now, because obviously the nights are drawing in and they're out from like 6 in the morning anyway. So we're training ourselves to have, I finish my meals at 4 and everything like half 4 o'clock, so I don't eat again from then. But we're up early, so this is our time. This is because they're on the go all the time. They need to rest. So she's in there and purring, happy to be in. Or her hackles are down now, and she's in a safe place. Spirit is also in now, so it's bedtime for us. Well, I'm now going to sort of have my rest, put my feet up. Regarding the van and diesel heater and things like that, I selling a little bit slowly. I have got the money for the diesel heater, but what I have to do is get fit enough to walk to the post office. I can't walk to the doctor's, but the post office is just a bit further on from the corner shops. So again, I'm making sure I have phone and pram, something to hold on to, and training myself to walk a little bit further each time. And then I'll be able to walk to the post office, put money in, order things and do that, and get myself into routine that way. I can't do too much too soon. Obviously I've got all buggered Achilles heels and things like that, and my legs and everything, and I don't want to overdo things. So I've learned it's so difficult, and also knowing also about the diabetes and glucose levels and things like that, and how I've been suffering. I also know when I've got one to myself and know when I'm not actually supposed to exercise, because that was actually making it dangerous for me. And so I got to sort of learn all this. It's just mind-blowing. I mean, there's so many things I have to learn about myself on different conditions as it is, and as I'm getting older, and I don't want to see it as a negative. I've got to see this as a positive, because it's been the kick at the bum I needed to take action right now. From my mum yesterday, I had a good old hour crying with her, and I mean, she's got some issues too, and she knows I'm on my own, and I've gone through so much, and I am hospital and doctor phobia. You've got to understand that. I mean, that actually, the anxiety and the stress, and I've had to be rushed into hospital quite a few times and have different operations and things, and deal with things myself, which has been a real challenge. But like she said, I've managed it before, and you know, I can get through this again. I just got to get my mindset right, and do all the research and the studying, because if I just go into the doctors now, I'm told this, this and this, it'll go to the top of my head, I'll just break down. So I have to spend this time to learn about things, accept things, acknowledge things, prepare myself with things, learn how to deal with things, make sure I can do little bits of monitoring and that. I mean, I don't do needles and things like that, and just even do glucose tests and things like that with little pinpricks. Teach myself to do that, so I know I can do those sort of things, and not being I mean, I can't do needles and injections and that, but just getting myself ready, and doing a bit of self-care and looking after me, taking my vitamins, eating healthily and things like that, which was, you know, whilst I'm here with the bungalow, I can do that. I was gifted a little miniature oven and that, because I have no cooker in the bungalow, but I have this little old rusty miniature oven now, so I'm learning to, you know, use that. I'm cooking in between here and there. And yeah, like I said, this year is important to get everything right. And I'm excited that actually there may be a chance. My body, I understand now why my body all turned to fat, and why I got all the lumps and everything, because of things and which was working wrong with my body. And so we're having to sort of now reverse all that, and we'll work on what will help me, and have a bit more intellect behind it all, instead of just being ignorant, and ignorance is bliss and everything, and just enjoy life till I drop dead. Well, you know, let's try and last a bit longer, eh? But at the same time, you know, if things get to, I had to let my mum know things have been at serious levels I didn't realise, and if I drop dead, I drop dead, and that's fine. I'm happy, I'm content, you know. I've enjoyed my life, I love my life, you know, and even though I'm stuck at the moment, I'm happy, and I'd rather be making memories and enjoying the moments right now as I am now, than being under a doctor's thumb, stuck in hospital, or going backwards and forwards, things like that, which may have to be done. But I don't thrive in those sort of circumstances. This is why I always abstain from medication and things like that, even on my mental health. So yeah, if I want to try and continue forward, I'm trying to get myself sorted. But as I say, I'm not stupid. You know, there's some things that I can't do that may be needed, and if that's got to happen, that's got to happen. But at least I am up, doing about, get my head straight, enjoying the cats, walking with the cats again, which is just a joy. So that's obviously counteracting the negative feelings I felt. I'm very scared, because with my mental health, it's not a matter that, you know, as they say, positive. When I get to a certain level on my mood balance, I just go on a downer, and I have no control of that, and I could be suicidal within seconds. So when my body is also against me, to stop my health, but when my actual body is actually then putting myself in a situation where it could just be dead any minute. I probably could have been dead many times, but at least I'm aware. So yes, I want to be alive. Yes, I want to sort of go forward. Yes, I've got a future to look forward to. But like I said, I couldn't do it unless I got myself straight. That's what this year is about. And this really has been the kick at the bum I needed, like I said. So like I say, I won't sort of be doing too much vlogging on that side, other than saying, you know, hopefully you will watch and see changes in me, in my health, in my weight, and everything going forward. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to being able to sort of walk out through the hills again, take the cats somewhere. Like I said, I didn't expect to be able to walk these cats, and suddenly I've got a pram with a cat on it. Spirit on a pink pram, bless his heart. Everyone think he's a girl, but in mischief, like I say, when we then go somewhere, we could then go for walks together, with that pram being their escape place, and they can actually come with me, which I thought I'd be shutting them in the van and leave them behind. But there's plenty of the Pennine Trail and things like that I can go on that, you know, is pram available, pram walkable. Yeah, and obviously that keeps the cats protected from the dogs to have something like that as well. So yeah, maybe that's the way forward. So around here I'll do it for now. They're all laughing, but you know, if it works, it works, and if it gives me a way to be active, then it's all good, isn't it? While I'm stuck here. So I obviously thought I'd be stuck here, not be able to do any sort of walking or be want to do anything, but yeah, if I can take them with me, then it's certainly doable. Anyway, that's enough for tonight. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.